Right, I am literally sat in the back of an Uber in Dubai in term time. And if you're a teacher watching this, don't switch off just yet, okay? Because 11 years ago, I thought the only thing I could ever do was just be a teacher for the rest of my life. And I was so wrong. And if you think that, so are you. The thing is, teachers massively underestimate themselves. They're an SEN instructor, they're a teacher, they're a nurse, they're a police person, they're a counsellor, they're an admin clerk. Most professionals out there only do one job. You as a teacher do about 30. I'm not even kidding. And you know that's true. And you know that's true. Look, if you're doing 55 hours a week but only get paid 37, what are you doing? Because you're literally feeling as if your school parents, school kids, school other teachers are dragging you away from your own family time. How wild is that? So you're literally raising other people's kids above your own, which is technically you're making the other kids feel more important than your own kids. CBT, which stands for Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, and Timeline Therapy, which is so good for helping young kids get over the unresourceful emotions such as anger, sadness, hurt, fear, and guilt. But how do you deliver it and how you get paid for this? Let me explain. So you can do it one-to-one, you can do group work privately, you can go into schools and do group work, you can go into schools and do school talks, keynote speaking, you can go into schools and do CPD, teacher training. There's so much you can do. You can even talk in corporate. That's what I've done. How do you get funded with this? Well, parents pay privately, and yes, they do. Life coaches charge anywhere between £70 to about £160 an hour, and parents are paying for that. You can get funded through local authority. You can get funded by the school, and the school do have budgets, whether it's PP or whether it's the sports premium. And, which is what I've done recently, I get paid through the PTA, so the Parents Association. So the parents have got a funding pot and they all club together and they invest the money into outside projects to help children grow their personal development, which is going to help them in their future. So if you're a teacher, why should you leave? Well, number one is burnout. You're going to be working endless hours and you're never going to have the job to be completed, and it's going to be absolutely exhausting at the end of it. And there's so many teachers these days that are being burnt out. Number two, no progression unless you sacrifice your own time and your own wages, let's face it. And when you progress from teacher to middle management, you get crap from above and you get crap from below, and it's very, very stressful. Number three, you've normalized chaos. What are you doing? You think that putting up with this is normal and it's what you should do as a teacher. You are so wrong. You've just been indoctrinated. So would you rather sacrifice your own mental health and, quite frankly, your own children's mental health for the sake of others and the sake of a broken system where you get blamed where it's not working? And here's the big one. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want something you've never had, you have to do things you've never done. So if you're happy to put up with this until the age of 67, or I think it's increased now to 70, the retirement age, then that's cool. You carry on doing what you're doing. But if you want difference, yeah, there's going to be a big leap of faith. It's going to be scary. But like I say, there's no point in having something if it's easy to get, right? And what are the main fears of moving forward with this? Well, number one, it's just fear. First of all, fear of the unknown, taking the leap, not knowing how to do it, not knowing what to do. The next one is money. You think that teaching is a secure job. It's not, because if the mat takes over or there's an academy that takes over or someone doesn't like you that's new that comes in, they can get you out. I was listening to somebody the other day who has been a teacher for 15 years. There was a new teacher came in after teaching for just 3 years, got promoted over her. Insane. So if you're not liked and you're a veteran teacher, you've been teaching for a long time, you're expensive, you haven't got job security. You can lie to yourself right now and think you have, but you definitely don't. And the next one is imposter syndrome. So a lot of people think that, oh, I can't possibly do this. I can't be a life coach. You're already life coaching right now. How many children go up to you in the class that ask you information and help on nothing that's got anything to do with the context of the lesson? They want life advice. If that's you, then you definitely need to stick around and seriously consider life coaching kids. If not, and you don't have any kids coming to you for help, then you're probably a bad teacher. So, just turn off this video right now. A short version of how to do this. What do we do first? Well, first of all, we need to pick your niche. So this is the type of child that you want to work with. For example, my niche is boys that age between 8 to 12 that have been bullied, that need a confidence boost. I like to use confidence as a tool against anxiety and depression for later on in life. The next thing you need to do is think about your branding, think about your name, think about how you can put your stuff out there, think about your branding colors, and create a special offer. So are you going to charge £70 an hour? Are you going to charge £80 an hour? Are you going to bundle it all together? For example, if they go for 10 sessions, pay in bulk, then your charges are £80 an hour. You're going to go to £750 because they're paid in bulk, so therefore they get £50 off. The next thing you need to do is go on an accredited training. So you need to make sure that there's an accredited training. I would stay clear of ICF. It's just like a bit of a money grabbing scheme, and effectively it doesn't know anything to do with coaching, nothing to do with life coaching kids. In the teaching realm, what I would stick to is CPD, Continual Professional Development. That's what I'll be looking for, to go through an accredited program that way. So the next thing you do is build your course. You build your program, you put it out to clients for free, you video, record, analyze progress, you repurpose that on social media and rinse and repeat. Following that, you need to set up your business, you need to set up your company, which is very, very easy to do. You just need to go on to gov.uk and go through the processes. Next thing you do, you use your private clients to get yourself into school. You're not getting into schools, you're fitting into schools. So you need to make sure that you said the right thing on an email, the right thing on the phone in order to fit into a particular school. And you rinse and repeat this and you become a master of it as well. Little pro tip as well, if you can, when you finalize your branding and your logo, get it printed on a hoodie or a t-shirt. And look, the reason why I'm sitting literally in the back of an Uber in Dubai going to see a friend is because I did this 11 years ago. I was petrified. I didn't know what to do. I just knew that I had to break out the education system because it was absolutely flooring me. It was breaking me. I was at breaking point. Zero time for family, zero time for my health. I was just indoctrinated by a broken system which blamed me for the mistakes that it was continuing to have over the 100 years it's been around. And have you ever seen those pictures on TikTok or Instagram where it compares school to a prison? So if any of what I've just said has resonated with you and you are thinking, yeah, I'd love to do this, then crack on. Definitely crack on. Message me just here on Instagram, that's my Instagram, and I'll leave you a personal voice note. Just say, hey Dale, I saw you from YouTube. You said you were going to send me a voice note, and I'll send you a voice note of how it all works. And you can go through it, really piece of cake. However, if you want a fast track and you don't want to waste time and money guessing on what to do, then I've got a CPD accredited course myself where I help coaches, teachers, soon to be coaches, in the 4 key areas. Mindset techniques. No point having the best program in the world and growing the mindset techniques if you don't know how to. Talk about it. So the marketing techniques, closely related to marketing, is social media. Make sure you know exactly how to grow on social media so you can be seen, be invited onto podcasts, which is what clients in my program are doing right now. And fourth and final, how to structure the entire thing. So how to go on to gov.uk, how to set up your business, check out trademarking, understand tax, how it all works. This just basically fast tracks you so you're not going to have to guess and make mistakes and could be legally liable. I will show you exactly how to go through all that. And obviously the whole program is CPD accredited, which means when you qualify, you are an accredited life coach for kids. So I know you're scared, but what's scarier? Literally taking a leap right now or repeating the same toxic year after year, next year, the year after that, the year after that, the year after that, having zero life progression, spending more time with other people's kids as opposed to your own. And what you're doing is you're unconsciously okaying, stressing out for other people to your own kids. So when they grow up, they'll do exactly what you're doing right now. So effectively, if you're choosing to be burnt out right now, then that's what your children are going to learn. And they're going to find a job working really hard for somebody else's dream and putting money in someone else's pocket and be burnt out themselves. So if this has resonated with you, then all you've got to do is just in the comments here, just drop me the word kid coach and I'll send you a free 18-step, 30-minute guide exactly how you go from start to finish with a lot more detail than this video just now. I think maybe it's time you evolve from the education system. Am I right? Anyway, have a cool day. Thank you for listening. Peace out.